What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan coming to you live from Boca Raton, Florida. All right, cool. So let's dive in. Let's put a banner up really quick too. So if you're interested in my book, there it is, kylewriter.com/book. You can check out Take Their Money. All right, Gary Halbert Methods. This is an old one. Love how you broke this down. Way cool. Starting with the headline, the tone seemed very get-rich-quick, schemy. Seems like in today's landscape, reader would not likely get to the first paragraph. Is that the case, or is my perspective just way off? I would say, Jessica, your perspective is way off. In terms of like the old school writing of copy, I'll say if that I don't it's the water one. The water ad is what that one was that I broke down in that video. I think old school copywriting, certain principles will still transfer to today and work, but I think the time and the market and the way people interact with content changes. So I don't know if this letter would still work today. I don't know. I don't know if it is working. I don't know the answer to that. However, the idea of get rich quick would turn people off, or making money fast is something that people don't want to see. That perspective simply doesn't hold up. And I mean, it's a matter of, and I can kind of give you a little bit of a cool sort of, let me draw up a little something. I want to talk about this because you're so off base. It's very important that you understand sort of like the power law nature of direct response copywriting. So this is a graph. You're working with clients. Here's how the world feels that averages exist. Okay, this is a bell curve. Okay, so let's say you've got a presentation. It's 1 hour. Okay, and this is attendance. Okay, so your client, if they're dum-dums and have no clue about direct response, or about copywriting, or about how to make any money, your client is going to want to capture this, the top of the bell curve, the average, right? So they're going to say something to you like, hey, at 30 minutes, most people started to drop off. So we should make all of our videos 30 minutes long. That's what they're going to say. And that's because they believe that if they capture this biggest pool of customers, they will make the most money. But that is categorically incorrect. Wrong, false. And it funnels back into this question that says, in today's landscape, a reader would not get through the first paragraph because the tone seemed very get rich quick. I would say, yes, the majority of folks in the average will probably tune out pretty quickly, right? So people believe that the bell curve is the true average, and that's how the world works. So the reality is, in sales, particularly direct response, here's another question I get a lot. People say, what does the average promo make? That's a funny question, because they believe in the bell curve. They say, well, if I write a sales promo, a lot of promos make maybe a little bit of money, and then most promos make this much money, and then the really good ones make that much. That's not true. That's not how the world works in what we do. So it's more like a power law distribution. It looks more like this. Okay, so when someone asks me, let's talk about sales, let's talk about promos, let's talk about number of copywriters, right? So this is copywriters as a percentage, and this is millions of dollars. This is like 10 plus mil. And this is probably not even accurate. It probably should get way, way closer. So these are millions. When someone asks me, what does the average promo make? The answer is 0 to $500 to maybe $1,000, something like that. All right. So the truth is, like 99, it's a 1% game. 99% of copywriters write garbage. They don't know what they're doing, and they get nothing. Then you have a handful of the A-listers that come all the way down here, and they write promos that make like 10 million. So these lines are actually too far apart. The lines should look more like this. They should be like touching, right? And then you've got these guys down here that make a couple $100,000, right? So it's the same way with like the question that you have here is they would tone out. They would, because it's get rich quick schemy. You don't care. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. The point is 1% of your super fans. I think Seth Godin talks about stuff like that. I mean, a lot of marketers do. Like your 1,000 true fans, sticky fans, your raving fans. Those people drive. It's a Pareto principle. Like 20% of your customers drive 80% of your business. Except in the world like financial direct response copy, it's more like a 199 thing. 1% of your customer base The percent that stays the whole hour, they are intensely interested in what you have to say. And they are intensely interested in this opportunity to get rich. And they're intensely interested in learning about this new, unique way to do it because this is their jam. Like they'd hang out and talk about this all day. And those are the people that'll spend $2,000 on a back-end newsletter and then $2,000 again on the upsell and then $5,000 on the bundle offer in that upsell chain. So I think that's really, really important when I'm trying to demonstrate. You don't care. Like it's not only like for me, starting with the headline, the tone seemed get rich quick scheming. It seems like in today's landscape, a reader would likely not get a reader. The average reader, like that's the question, because the average reader is this 99% of people that you're probably referring to who will check out as soon as they see that headline that you're talking about. We don't care about those people. Like, sure, I'm sure they're great people and they're very nice, but I want these guys who want to see 1 hour presentation and learn everything they can about this opportunity, because those people who stick around, the 1% that do, are the demographic and audience that are going to drive this whole business. So you can steal this and use this to educate your dumb clients when you're a copywriter, because the dumb clients think the world operates on a bell curve, and it do not. It operates on a Pareto principle. The 20% of customers that drive 80% of your business. So if these guys all want to check out in the first 5 minutes, sayonara. As long as if you know exactly who you're speaking to, which is why it's so important you know your target market. If you know exactly who you're speaking to and you speak to them intelligently and tease and poke at their desires and offer them an opportunity that really is interesting to them. So I hope that really helps you kind of feel out and understand. Take another quick little note. So again, for me, starting with the headline, tone seemed get rich quick. Seems like in today's landscape, a reader. So I hope by now you kind of understand why that's flawed, because we're not looking for a reader. We're looking for the 1% of people who are going to spend $10,000 with our company. Okay. So yeah, your perspective is off. You're thinking about it wrong. You're thinking about the average person. The average person doesn't exist. All right. The average promo doesn't exist. You're looking for that 1%. Okay. You're not looking to capture an average pool. And the other thing I wanted to say about this is the other thing that stuck out to me. For me, if you speak to less professional copywriters, this is a red flag when someone says for me, because I see that you say for me, starting with the headline in today's landscape, right? So for me, today's landscape, you're trying to put yourself in the reader's shoes for sure. But at the end of the day, the data tells all. Like your feelings are generally incorrect about these things. Just like the perspective of trying to capture the average person is the wrong perspective. You want a very critical few people who love what you're up to. All right. So your feelings will generally lead you astray and cause you to lose a bunch of money. The data will and these counterintuitive principles of copywriting and direct response and just selling in general, the polarizing nature of so that's why people say be authentic. Okay. So if you're not talking about direct response and you're talking about content marketing, what do people do? They say, be authentic, be empathetic, be you, man. F the haters. All they're talking about is trying to polarize and isolate your 1% sticky raving customer. But with content marketing and direct response, we do that with data and spreadsheets. Okay. So it's all the same principles. It's like the less is more, because these people will buy again and again and again, and they'll love you forever. So again, I think that was one of the things that I see this sometimes, like in copywriting conversations where people are like, I don't like that line. And I was like, I don't care. Did it make $1 million? At that point, your feelings go out the window. It doesn't matter. And I'm not picking on you specifically. I'm picking on this sort of thought process that people have. Not you specifically, just the idea or the thought process. All right. Thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate you all being here, hanging out, asking comments, questions. You can definitely check out my book, Take Their Money. It's at kylethewriter.com/book. It'll teach you how to write the words that really make you rich. Thanks so much for tuning in, and peace out, Copy Squad.